cnbctv18.com. This is TV18 and you're watching CNBC TV18.
The government's flagship healthcare scheme, the Ayushman Bharat, has achieved a new milestone. Over 1 crore people have availed treatment under this program since its launch in September 2018. Treatment worth over 13,400 crore rupees has been provided to these 1 crore beneficiaries in the last 20 months. Ayushman Bharat is also providing free testing and treatment for coronavirus, and currently over 2,000 people are being treated for COVID under this program. Prime Minister Modi took to Twitter to announce the milestone. He wrote, and I quote, "It would make every Indian proud that the number of Ayushman Bharat beneficiaries has crossed 1 crore in less than 2 years. This initiative has had a positive impact on so many lives. I congratulate all the beneficiaries and their families. I also pray for their good health." End of quote. Well, joining us now to discuss more about the scheme and how it is helping the needy with medical care is Dr. Indu Bhushan, the CEO of the Ayushman Bharat program. Dr. Indu Bhushan, many thanks for joining us here on CNBC TV18, and congratulations on that new milestone that's been touched by the Ayushman Bharat program. I want to understand from you, sir, about the impaneling of 1,000 new hospitals that's taken place in the last 6 weeks or so for both COVID as well as non-COVID patients. Can you take us through where things currently stand on that front?
Thank you very much, Shireen, and thank you for having me over. You're right that for last 1 month, we have been on a drive to impanel more hospitals, both for COVID and non-COVID. The reason being that many of the hospitals which were providing regular services have now converted into COVID hospitals, and some hospitals actually have scaled back their operations because of fear, because of lack of footfalls, and therefore we needed more hospitals to take care of both COVID and non-COVID COVID health conditions. So this drive has yielded more than 1,000 new hospitals that have come on board.
Can you give us more color, sir, on where these 1,000 hospitals are across India, and also the number of patients who've been able to avail of treatment, COVID-related treatment under the Ayushman Bharat scheme? What's the latest number?
Okay, so the latest number is slightly more than 2,000 for COVID-related treatment. As you know, that much of the treatment right now is being done by public hospitals, and so our strategy is that we should be prepared with the capacity in the private hospitals for providing COVID treatment if there is any surge. And so far, thankfully, the number of patients are not that many, and the government system can mostly take care of them. But in future, if there's a surge, we are prepared through the network of our hospitals, and we have close to about 400 private hospitals which are dedicated COVID hospitals who are impaneled with us, and they can provide services for Ayushman Bharat beneficiaries and also for non-Ayushman Bharat beneficiaries.
So, Dr. Bhushan, you said that there is adequate medical infrastructure at this point in time, and you don't believe that we are likely to see a run on hospitals. You said that there are 400 private dedicated COVID hospitals that are available. Now that we've seen numbers go beyond the 1 lakh mark, you believe that we still have adequate reserves in terms of the healthcare infrastructure to cope with this rise?
Yes, indeed. Because if you look at we have more than 1 lakh confirmed cases, and out of those active cases are much less because many of them have recovered, and out of active cases a large number are asymptomatic. Therefore only about 20 to 30,000 cases need hospitalization, and very small proportion of that would need ICU or ventilator support. Therefore, in that sense, I think so far we are doing okay, and the lockdown has helped in terms of two things. One, it has slowed down the progression. Second, it has given us time to set up both public and private sector facilities.
Okay, so I want to move away from COVID and talk to you about what we are seeing play out. And there's been a sharp drop in treatments in the past 2 months. In fact, I'm just taking a look at the data. We're now down to about 10,000 to 12,000 treatments per day versus 30,000 treatments previously. Clearly, it seems to be the lockdown which is restricting the movement of patients being able to access medical health care. It's impacting footfalls. Is this a concern now for you?
In general, yes, it is a concern that number of treatments have gone down because that implies that many people are denying themselves health care. As you're rightly saying that there is a drop of about 60,000, 60 to 70%. But good thing is that for critical care like hemodialysis, chemotherapy, the drop has not been that much. Drop is only 15 to 20%. But nonetheless, we are hoping that after the lockdown is lifted and there's less concerns about fear and panic about corona virus, we hope that the numbers will come back and people who have postponed their surgeries and other treatments, they'll come back. So we hope that we will be able to meet that gap and provide and make up for the lost 2 or 3 months.
You are expecting a pickup, specifically as far as elective surgeries are concerned, Dr. Bhushan. While the public healthcare infrastructure is more focused on dealing with COVID, the expectation is that in the private sector, we will now start to see a pickup as far as elective surgeries that may have been pushed out. What's your own expectation? What are you factoring in?
You are absolutely right. That is our expectations too. We are hoping that the additional number of hospitals that we have impaneled will help in terms of meeting this gap and making up for these lost couple of months. And going beyond that, we were seeing a steady growth. First 10 lakh cases came in 4 months. First 50 lakh cases came in slightly more than a year. And next 50 lakh cases would have come in 6 months, but for this lockdown. So in any case, we were seeing that pickup, and we are hoping that this pickup will continue after lockdown, and we'll be able to service those who had postponed their treatments.
Dr. Bhushan, many hospitals have been talking about outstanding dues, and this is something that we've discussed previously as well, whether it's the CGHS or the ECHS scheme. What about Ayushman Bharat? Even previously, the outstanding on account of Ayushman Bharat has been lower in comparison. What is the current outstanding, if any, sir?
Well, our outstanding is very low. I did a review only earlier this week, and we found that in many states, outstanding was 0. And we have been able to make payment to our hospitals in more than 85% cases within 15 days. And hospitals have so far never complained about delay in the payment. They've always complained about low rates that we provide. So hopefully we can convince and give comfort to hospitals that we'll pay them on time. And although our rates may not be as high as other schemes or the market rate, but we'll be paying them on time.
On the rates, sir, and I had you here in my studio the last time when you promised that that you would provide a sympathetic ear and action as far as industry's demand for rate negotiation is concerned. Has there been any forward movement on that front?
Yeah, after that interview with you, Shireen, we had a revision of rates, and we have implemented what we call Health Benefit Packages 2.0, which actually are much higher than the previous rates. And we have also tried to rationalize our health benefit package. And, this is a continuous evolving process. And as and when we get more data and evidence, we'll continue to tweak our rates as we go. But right now, we believe that the second round of rationalization has been quite robust, and we can live with this for some time.
You know, on the rates, and I had you here in my studio the last time when you promised that that you would provide a sympathetic ear and action as far as industry's demand for rate negotiation is concerned. Has there been any forward movement on that front?
Yeah, after that interview with you, Shireen, we had a revision of rates, and we have implemented what we call Health Benefit Packages 2.0, which actually are much higher than the previous rates. And
Okay, live with this for some time. Let me end by asking you, Dr. Indubhushan, we are dealing with the COVID crisis, the COVID pandemic. Higher allocation has been provided to deal with this and build on the capabilities of the healthcare infrastructure over the next few years. In your experience now with running the Ayushman Bharat program, what will need to be the key levers that the centre as well as the states focus on?
Shireen, the experience of other countries, actually I've worked on many other countries in the health sector before joining Ayushman Bharat. The experience has been that for countries to respond to a crisis like this, two things have to be in place. One, very strong primary healthcare system and strong public health care system. And second, strong and effective regulations. And both of these hopefully will be stronger. As you've seen from the package which was announced, there will be the network of labs created at the block level and greater resources going into public health. With that, I'm hoping that we'll be coming out stronger from this crisis and be able to respond to similar crises in future in more effective manner.
Well, we certainly hope that that is the case. Dr. Indubhushan, always a pleasure, sir. Thanks very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18 with the new milestone that has been crossed by the Ayushman Bharat program of touching 1 crore beneficiaries. We wish you the very best of luck and appreciate your time here on CNBC TV 18. We'll head into a break, but on the other side, we get you the highlights of the CNBC TV 18 CII survey, which shows that business confidence in India has turned extremely weak. That and more when we get back.